Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, welcome, dear devotees. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter number 13. The title is The Thruster Quits Home. We are starting our discussion today from text number 41. Narada Uvacha Ma Kanchana Suchurajan Yadishvara Vasam Jagat Loka Sapalayasye Vahanti Balimeshitu Sasamyo Naki Bhutani Sa Eva Vyunakti Cha. Ketan Prabhu, you want to read English translation?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Narada said, O pious king, do not lament for everyone is under the control of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, all living beings and their leaders carry on worship to be well protected. It is He only who brings them together and disperses them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here, Narad Muni is instructing to Yudhishthir Maharaj. We saw yesterday in our discussion of this pastime that how after Dhritarashtra, Gandhari and Vidura left the palace suddenly, they didn't tell anyone. No one was informed. Even Sanjaya was lamenting, wiping his tears. Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking, where did my uncle and aunt go without telling? How would they survive? They are old, he's blind, how would they survive, where did they go? And no one had any information, and that's why he was lamenting. He was thinking himself as the cause of not treating them well. And at that time Narad Muni comes and he starts instructing. So the situation where we are in our Bhagavatam Yatra, the Katha, is Narad Muni starts speaking to Yudhishthir Maharaj. The first thing Narad Muni starts to pacify Yudhishthir Maharaj, he mentions that, O pious king, do not lament. Do not lament for anyone. Everyone is under the control of Supreme Lord. Everyone is under the protection of the Supreme Lord. It is He, God, who brings all of them together and disperses them as well. भगवान सबको मिलाते हैं and people go away according to the plan of the Lord. You don't need to think. Here, Yudhishthir Maharaj is devotee of the Lord. We know he is a pure devotee. He has all this knowledge. But temporarily, he was overwhelmed because suddenly he found out that his uncle and aunt are not available. So he was overwhelmed with emotions, of the sudden departure. So Narad Muni is reminding him again. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसको पता नहीं था, but he's just reminding him again that it is the Krishna who is the ultimate protector and controller of everyone. ठीक है. Very important thing coming out from this particular sloka is for Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is a king. It is his duty to think that he is the protector. As a king, he should be having that consciousness that I have to look after everyone, I have to protect everyone, and that's why he should be able to rule properly. If he is thinking every time that it is Krishna or God who will protect everyone, then he will not be able to perform his kingly duties properly. So Narad Muni is here telling him that yes, you are a king and it is your duty to think that you are the ultimate protector of everyone. But when things go beyond our control, एक स्टेज के ऊपर चला जाता है, when things go beyond, then we should understand that there is a supreme controller, that there is a higher energy that works, Lord's plan that works. Yes, we are controller, yes, we are protector, but Krishna is the ultimate protector. He is the highest, higher authority is there. He is beyond us. And that is what we have to get the practical lesson from this was that not everything chalo bhagwan hi karenge, Krishna is the protector, but Krishna will protect when he is the highest protector, he is the ultimate protector. But that doesn't mean that as a king Yudhishthir Maharaj should stop doing his duty, or us we have to stop doing our duty. It's very important. When things don't go according to our desires, that is time when we surrender to the higher authority. Many examples we can give in this particular situation. For example, a doctor trying to save the patient. Doctor may try all different medical procedures, all the different treatments or surgery and medications and everything. So it's doctor's duty to protect a patient. But when everything doctors try, but if things don't work out properly, the patient is not being saved, and we see that the problem is not solved. That means we have to understand that there is a higher authority. There is a supreme person. His plan is working in this. Many different. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that all these political leaders, so many big prime ministers and leaders, so-called political great personalities of this world, they all appear to be very powerful. They all appear to be like controlling the whole world. इतना power होता है उनमें, and they go around. But there is a plan of the Lord. It's a matter of time that they are in this position, and they also know that this position is not going to last. So what is it? It is He, Lord, who brings them together and disperses them. So it is Krishna who is giving them this, and after a while, there is a Lord's plan. They will be out of their position, and they are the protector of this whole country and the citizens, but they themselves needs protection. Prabhupada writes in the purport as well, all this naming them, and they say they also know that they need protection. And that's why when you see the, especially in India, when the political ministers are there, are a lot of police around, Z security, the lights on the car, and policemen, the guards, safety bodyguards along with them, because the Lord is the ultimate protector. Krishna is the ultimate protector. And that Narad Muni is reminding to Yudhishthir Maharaj here. Text number 42. यथा गावो नसी प्रोतास्तन्त्यां बद्धश्च दामभिः वाक्तन्त्यां नामभिर्बद्धा वहन्ति बलिमेषितु. Preeti, you want to read English?
Hare Krishna. As a cow bound through the nose by a long rope is conditioned, as so also human beings are bound by different Vedic injunctions and are conditioned to obey the orders of the Supreme.
So to explain this point, that everyone is under the control of the Lord, everyone is under the protection of Lord, Narad Muni is giving two examples. The first example here he is giving is as a cow bound by the nose by long rope is conditioned. So also human beings are bound by different Vedic injunctions. This example is given like a cow. Bull, there is a, from the through the nose they bind the rope, and the bull or the cow knows how much painful it is. So the person controlling, all the person needs to do is just control that rope, and it's so painful. Otherwise it's very hard to get what needs to be done to the bull. They are so strong, they don't care about anything. But when they are controlled by these ropes, they are fully under the control of the person who is holding the rope. So here it is said that everyone is under the control of the Lord. How? By the energy of the time, by the law of karma, and by the three modes of material nature. Everyone is under the control. People want freedom. Every living being, सबको freedom चाहिए. अभी and people think that they are free. Actually, everyone is bound by the laws of nature, the Vedic injunctions, the conditions of this material energy of the Lord. But everyone wants freedom. अभी छोटे छोटे बच्चे को भी, kids also want freedom. They want their own way of living. They want to do the things what they want to do. कोई मुझे बताएगा नहीं. They don't want to listen. The teenagers want freedom. The big, even young families, everyone, the citizens of the country, they want freedom. No one bound. Free life. No rules, no regulations. We want to be free. We want to act according to whatever way we like to do. No one likes to be bound. But the fact is, the reality is, everyone is bound by the laws of nature. And they are under this stringent laws, which are Vedic injunctions given by the Lord. People can't break the law. Some people say people can break themselves, but not the law. Bhagwan ka law, the laws of nature are so strict, people can't break that. If they try to break the law, they will be broken. Apna, they will be broken, but the laws can't be broken. Krishna is the protector. We may think, that the child, as a parent, we may think we are taking care of the child. Or sometimes we think that we are taking care of the parents. Yes, to a certain degree, just like Yudhishthir Maharaj here taking care of Dhritarashtra. But when it goes beyond the situation, that means Krishna is taking the care. In the same way, for our life also, we may think that we are taking care of our children, our parents, but ultimately Krishna is the protector. Krishna is the ultimate protector. Everything we see in the nature of, dekho na kitna everything is protected by Lord so nicely. Just take a banana, for example. The nice pulp inside of the fruit is protected by the peel, the skin, nicely protected. Which human being is going to each and every tree and tries to cover the fruit? Orange or a mandarin, or a potato. उसका इतना अच्छे से भगवान ने प्रोटेक्शन दिया है कि once the peel is on the potato, it's nicely protected. If you peel the skin, वो skin को निकाल देंगे, if you peel the skin off, then the potato goes black or potato goes off, in soon. So it's nicely protected by the skin. So everything we see, animals are given, protected by the Lord, and Lord has given so many things for protection. Sometimes the nails, the claws, or the teeth, the horn, so many things. Sometimes Krishna has awarded some animals for the speed to protect themselves. So it's a Krishna is giving protections to everyone. And Narad Muni here is reminding to you, Yudhishthir Maharaj, ki yes, as a king, you are thinking it's your duty to protect, but don't forget that Krishna is the ultimate protector. We see even the newborn babies, the child is nicely protected by the mothers. It is Lord Krishna's arrangement to infuse the love, the mamta, जो माँ की ममता होती है, that love in the heart of a mother, Krishna infuses that so that the child is being taken care of. अगर माँ के हृदय में ममता नहीं डालेंगे भगवान, तो if there is no love for the child, then how can mother take care of the child? So even to protect the newborn babies, Krishna is infusing the love and affection in the heart of a mother so that the child is protected. Otherwise, the child, how can child can protect himself or herself? Such a baby, just lying, कुछ पता नहीं क्या खाने का क्या करने का कुछ पता नहीं है. But Krishna is protecting the babies as well by this divine arrangement. So we have to see at every level, Lord is the ultimate protector, in different ways. And uh, I think Radhika Mataji ka last week or a couple of weeks back, she asked, it is the duty of a person to take care of the parents. I think we were talking about brahmacharis and some topic was coming. So yes, it's our duty to take care of the parents. But some young devotees, they accept brahmachari ashram. They accept, they take orange clothes and they start living in the temple with the same understanding that Lord Shri Krishna is the ultimate protector. हम कुछ हद तक मदद कर सकते हैं, but Krishna is the ultimate protector, and that is what Narad Muni is telling here to Yudhishthir Maharaj. Text number 43. Radhika Mataji, you want to say?
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yatha krido pashkaranam samyoga vigamau iha ichhaya kriditu syatam tathaive chayananam. As a player sets up and disperses his playthings according to his own sweet will, so the supreme will of the Lord brings men together and separates them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here the second example is giving, the analogy is given by Narad Muni. The first one, previously he said that as a cow is controlled with the nose, stringent, strict control is there. They are not free. In the same way, the second example is given, just like a player sets up and disperses his playthings according to his own sweet will. A player games khelta, he will set up the full playthings and set up and disperses according to the free will. In the same way, Lord will bring man and woman together, these people together, and separates them according to his own sweet will. Someone needs to mute. I think Shiva Prabhu, there is some sound is coming. Okay. So here this analogy is given that about a player. Whenever he wants, he sets up. Whenever he wants, he disperses. In the same way, this Narad Muni is telling to Yudhishthir Maharaj, it's about the Lord's arrangement. Dhritarashtra was a king. He was living a royal life in the palace, and all the arrangements were there. But now, according to the sweet will of the Lord, Dhritarashtra is the time is up, and he has been enlightened by Vidura, and he's going on his spiritual journey. So it's all by the sweet will of the Lord. Prabhupada writes in the purport that whatever state we are in, हम जो भी situation में है life में अभी, as of now, it is the arrangement of the Lord based on our previous actions. Whatever state we are in currently in our life, it is based on our previous actions. हमारा जो भी and the desires as well, our previous actions and our desires as well. And that is according to have given to us by Lord's plan. This is the Lord's arrangement. Whatever actions we do, there will be reactions. Whatever desires we have, we will obtain that. So it's by the Lord's energy we are in our situation of life where we are in currently. And the law of karma works. How Lord gives us this situation? Because Lord is in everyone's hearts. Prabhupada writes in the purport. That Lord is in everyone's heart, and that's why He's the one who gives. He knows our desires, He knows our actions, and that's why, according to the law of karma, Lord is not only on the desire. Someone has a desire to become the richest person of the world, but कर्मा भी होना चाहिए. So the desires and karma दोनों साथ में चलता है. Person wants to do something, but अगर कर्म नहीं है तो उसको वो फल नहीं मिलेगा. On the other side, if the karma is there but the person hasn't accrued enough, he will not get also. उसको wait करना पड़ेगा. So both the sides is there, but a person is there. Krishna is in the heart. Krishna knows our desires. Krishna knows whatever actions we have performed, and based on that, he gives. Prabhupada quotes 13.23 here. Upadrashta tu anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaram paramatmeti chapi yukto dehe asmin purushah para. Like Krishna, Upadrashta tu anumanta cha. Upadrashta, Krishna is in the heart, he is witnessing, and Anumanta, he is permitting whatever our actions are, and that's how this is. Now, one thing Prabhupada clears in this purport is the analogy is given like a chess player or a playful things, that a person will set up everything according to his free will, and the person can disperse everything according to free will. But here what we see is Narad Muni is saying in the previous verse also that everyone is controlled by the law of karma, by material energy, by time, and by the three modes of material nature: Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, mode of goodness. Everyone is controlled by that. So there is a kind of a confusion. Prabhupada writes, some people argue that on one side it is mentioned that this arrangement is like a playful things. जब चाहे तब setup करते हैं, जब चाहे जब disperse कर सकते हैं. It's completely free. There is no laws. On the other side, it is mentioned that everyone is bound by the laws of nature. सबको according to the previous karma, the reactions are bound by it. According to the laws of nature, a person must go through the situations in the life. So that's, it seems to be completely contradictory. Ek side, everything is free. Whenever a person wants playful things like a game. On the other side, stringent laws of nature. How is this possible? So Prabhupada clears that argument in the purport that yes, the laws of nature are there. A person must go through the reactions of the karma. A person must uh, go through whatever activities he has done according to the desires he is put in those situation. But Lord is the creator of this law, and God is not bound by this law. So for God, it's just like a playful things. Whenever he wants, he can alter the law, he can change this law, and he can completely give a different result to someone because Krishna is not bound by this law. He is not under the stringent law of this nature. Many examples. Prabhupada writes there are hundreds of examples in the history where this laws of strict nature has been altered by the free will, sweet will of the Lord. One example is Ajamil. We know how many sins he has done for many multiple years, and the Yamadutas come to punish him. But at the last moment, he uttered a word, Narayan, and all this is out of sweet will, free will of the Lord. All his sins, they were wiped off completely just by uttering Narayan. And then Vishnu Dutas comes, more number than the Yamadutas. So Krishna, yes, there are laws are there. Ajamila performed, or even Putna. Putna put a poison on her breast and tried to kill. But how did Krishna reciprocate? Out of his sweet will, free will, Krishna reciprocated Putna as the mother, Dhatri. Aho bakiyam stam kalakutam jighamsaya paya yadapi asadvi. Lebhe gatim. उसका गति था लेबे गतिम धात्री उचितम तत्वन्यम कमवा दयालु शरणम रजेमा लेबे घतिम धात्री उनको स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में धात्री एज अ मदरली नर्स कृष्णा हैज गिवन द पोजीशन टू द सेम अहो बकीयम स्तन कालकूटम जो राक्षसी अपने स्तन पे पॉइजन लगा के आई थी उसको भी धात्री मदर का स्थान दिया स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में कमवा दयालु शरणम रजिमा इतने ग्रेट पर्सनालिटी का शेल्टर छोड़ के मैं और किसकी शरण लूंगा कमवा दयालु शरणम रजिमा सो दिस इज कृष्णा out of his free will playful things he can do all this because he is not bound by that. Next text number 44 anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanapram.
Yeah, go on Anshu Prabhu.
Okay, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. यन्मन्यसे ध्रुवं लोकम् अध्रुवं वा न चोभयम् सर्वथा नाहि शोच्यास्ते स्नेहादन्यत्र मोहजात्. Translation: O King, in all circumstances, whether you consider the soul to be an eternal principle, or the material body to be perishable, or everything to exist in the impersonal absolute truth, or everything to be an inexplicable combination of matter and spirit, feelings of separation are due only to illusory affection and nothing more. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. If you just read this verse, it may feel very complicated. ये क्या बोल रहा है, क्यों बोल रहा है? It's just, at least for myself, I can tell you, it's confusing if I only read this verse. In all circumstances, whether you consider the soul to be an eternal principle or the material body to be perishable, and then the feeling of separation are due to only illusory affection and nothing more. But if we can take this text in the full context of the situation and pastime, that how Yudhishthir Maharaj was sad and Narad Muni is reminding him that about his duties and about Lord as the supreme controller, then everything makes sense. If you know the pastime, if you know what is happening, who is speaking in what situation, then this verse makes it easier. Srila Prabhupada's the whole couple of purports before and this one as well, he summarizes, he gives the conclusion of this whole few verses. He says the whole idea is how a living being should not rebel against Lord, denying his existence. He gives the examples of a lot of many politicians and the great leaders of the world, that they don't utilize their skills and that power into understanding Lord. Instead, what people do is they rebel against Lord by denying the existence of the Lord, and they want to get freedom from this existence of the laws of nature. So the summary of this particular section is how a living being should not rebel against Lord, but align himself or herself with the God's plan and fulfill the purpose of the existence. भगवान का जो सिस्टम है उससे अलग नहीं जानेगा, उसके अंदर सेट होके the purpose of our existence we have to fulfill. And that is what it is mentioned. See, there are 4 stages in a devotee's life or in a human being life. He must, that is called the fulfillment of the purpose. There are 4 A's, if you remember. The first one is we have to accept God. A person needs to accept God. A person needs to understand we are not free. हम ये वर्ल्ड में there are higher laws, there are certain Vedic injunctions, and we have to obey that. So we have to, first thing is accept God. We need to understand we are controlled. There is one supreme controller, supreme higher authority which is beyond us, and things can happen into our life which is beyond our control, because we are not supreme controller. There is something else. So the first step is accept God. Second is align with God. पहले accept किया, then align with God. That superior force, that supreme controller, that is what is governing everything. Let me align with that. Instead of going against that arrangement of the supreme controlling power, we have to align ourselves in that supreme controller power. That higher plan is there, we have to align. And we see that in Bhagavad Gita as well. Arjuna, when he understood, Krishna gives him this knowledge, he says, Karishye vachanam tava. Yes, I am aligning. Initially, he did not want to fight. पहले I don't want to fight, I can't fight, ये होता है. He gives so many excuses, compassion, and how can I enjoy when I kill all these people? The dynasties will be destructed. There will be sinful reactions. So Arjuna is giving lot of different reasons he did not want to fight. But when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, at the end he says, Karishye vachanam tava. That means he is aligning. He understands there is a supreme controller, supreme energy, and a plan, and we have to align. So the first one is accept God. Yes, there is some supreme controller. Second is aligning ourselves with that supreme authority or the higher plan. Third one is act on behalf of God. Act on behalf of God means become an instrument in the hand of God. We nimitta matra bhavasavyasachi. We are just like an instrument in that Lord's plan. We don't have to take credit. Maine ye kiya, I can do this great marvelous things. We don't have to take credit, but we have to understand that we can act, align into that plan and act into that higher plan and become an instrument. Pass on the credit. कुछ भी अच्छा होता है. If we do something good, we are trying to do something good. Pass on the credit to that source of all power, to that supreme Lord who is given, and understand that we are just like an instrument. Instrument means when the kirtan is happening, people are playing harmonium. कभी देखा है कोई अच्छा सा कीर्तन करेगा, very beautiful in the temple or some bhajan or संगीत होता है, and अरे हारमोनियम कितना अच्छे से बजता है. Have you ever seen? But people will always glorify the person, how nice this person is singing. So harmonium is just like an instrument. Doesn't matter how nice it is, but it's the source, the credit goes to the person who is singing. In the same way, we also may be able to do some things in our life when we accept God, when we align with God, and when we act. We have to understand that the credit goes to that ultimate controller, the Lord, the supreme God, and we are just like an instrument, nimitta matra. And the last day, first is accept God, second align, third is act on behalf of God as an instrument, and the fourth one is, last one is act for the pleasure of the Lord. जो भी हम actions करते हैं, whatever we are doing, it should be for the pleasure of that supreme Lord. It should be for his pleasure, not for our own sense gratification. कभी कभी ये काम करते करते भी इतना अच्छा लगता है, and we start getting pleasure out of it. But this has to be done for his pleasure, because he is the ultimate enjoyer. We should not seek any pleasure out of it. So no two. One more we can do. Last one. Sudeep Prabhu, we'll come back to you at the end. Last one. Anyone? Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Text number 44.
45.
45. Tasmajahi angavaiklavyam ajnanakritam atmanaha katham tvanathaha kripana varte ramste cha mam vina. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore give up your anxiety due to ignorance of the self. You are now thinking of how they, who are helpless poor creatures, will exist without you.
So Narad Muni is telling to you this, Sri Maharaj, that give up your anxiety due to ignorance of the self. Give up your anxiety. You are thinking how they are helpless, poor creatures. They will exist without you. But as in continuing with the previous verses, he is telling you are thinking how they will exist, but it's the Krishna who is ultimately prepared. In our life also, we see we can take care of our parents, our children, our own self to a certain degree, but actually it's the Krishna who is taking care. The ultimate protector is Krishna also only. Actually 46 is continuing with this one. Anyone can do 40s, because 45, 46, Narad Muni is continuing the same theme.
Krishna Prabhu.
Puja Mataji?
Yes, can I read 46?
Yeah.
Kala karma gunadhino dehoyam पाश्च भौतिकः कथा मन्यास्तु गोपाये स्तर्पग्रस्तो यथा param. Translation: This gross material body, made of 5 elements, is already under the control of eternal time, kala, action, karma, and the modes of material nature, guna. How then can it, being already in the jaws of the serpent, protect others? Haribol.
Look at this. How then can it, being already in the jaws of the serpent, can protect others? Jaws of the serpent can protect others means snake ke mukh mein, jaws of the serpent. If an animal, for example a rat or a mouse, if in the jaws of a serpent, how can that mouse on the jaws of a snake can protect others? कैसा एनालॉजी दिया है कोई? can you just imagine a rat in the jaw of a snake and someone is going, can you protect me? वो क्या protect करेगा? वो खुद ही फंसा पड़ा है. And why Narad Muni is giving this analogy here is everyone is in the jaws of three things is mentioned: kala, the time; karma, the law of action and reaction; and guna, that means the laws of material nature. Everyone is one mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So everyone, first of all, this material body is made up of these 5 elements, and all of them are under these jaws of the snake, of the time, karma, and guna. And how can they protect others? So Narad Muni is telling कि सब लोग ऐसे फंसे पड़े हैं. How can they protect? Lord is the only one who is going to protect. And best thing for a person to save is to give them bhakti, to give them the devotional service. And that for our own self, हम भी ये गुना, कर्मा और काला, time, karma, law of action and reaction, and the laws of material nature में हम भी फंसे और सब फंसे. In that jaw of the snake, a person needs to be saved. The only way to be saved is by devotional service, taking association of the devotees of the Lord and engaging in the devotional service. That is the only way one can come out of these 3 modes of material nature. Prabhupada quotes 14.26 Mam chavo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati taityan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. We have discussed this verse in our Bhagavad Gita Sloka group in the evening, that Mam chavo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. It is only the devotional service that can save a person. One who is engaged in full devotional service, Mamcha vyabhicharena bhakti yogi, avyabhichar, without failing in all circumstances, one does devotional service at once. That person only can transcend the three modes of material nature. So, only the fortunate soul, only the fortunate person can come in the association of devotees, gets a chance to do devotional service and save himself or herself with this kala, karma and gunas, all these laws of nature. Brahmanda Brahmite kaun bhagyavana jiva, Guru Krishna prasade paye, bhakti lata beej. Brahmanda Brahmite, in this whole Brahmanda Brahmite kaun bhagyavan jiva. Who is that fortunate soul in this whole Brahmanda, the creation? Brahmanda Brahmite kaun bhagyavan jiva. Guru Krishna prasade paye, bhakti lata beej. By the mercy of Krishna, he meets a guru and he gets bhakti lata bij, the seed of devotional service. Seed milta hai. And based on that, how nicely that seed person takes care of the association of devotees, do their chanting regularly, do devotional service, that seed will grow into a bhakti lata tree, and then a person slowly the tree grows up and comes out of all this kala, karma, laws of nature, guna, everyone. And this is the only Narad Muni is telling to Yudhishthir Maharaj. All right, we'll stop at 46. Yes, Sudeep Prabhu, you raised hand.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, my question was on the 44, but I saw that there is some explanation in 47. What I was asking was, when Narad Muni is saying that whether you consider yourself part of spiritual part or material part, or you're a combination of both spiritual and material, but the separation, the feeling of separation with dear one is always an illusion. So what I was wondering, why he calls it an illusion? There will be some soul and soul to soul connection as well. But in the next 45th one, I think there is some explanation. So yeah, but if you want to throw some light on it, it'd be great.
What did you got the answer from 45?
From the 45, what I see is that he's referring to the gross body, material body, which is the material 5 elements only. So the kala is the time is ultimate decider of everything. And you are in the jaw of kala, basically. That's what he's saying. So all these relationships are illusions. That's what I think I understood that.
Yeah.
But you could be a bit more.
Yeah. So the soul to soul, the connection is there. We are all connected as part and parcel of the Lord. Yeah. But this temporary connection, if whatever is there, this is an illusion. If very simple, if I see my children as mera beta hai, meri beti hai, mere papa hai, meri mummy hai, that is an illusion. That is a temporary. They are all part and parcel of the Lord. They are Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. They are all part and parcel of the Lord. They are eternally spiritual Satchit Ananda soul. So this is a temporary way. I can see them as a person, as my child or a father, but eternally they are soul of Krishna. So that is what we have to see. Okay?
Yeah.
Chalo, we'll stop here. Thank you so much. We'll
Thank
join
you,
tomorrow from 40. Kahan pe aaye? 47.
47.
Yes, thank you so much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ji ki jai.
Prabhuji.
Thank you
Hare
for your
Krishna.
time.